YouTubers, Mike Martins here with the Mike Martins channel. Hope everyone's having a great day. It is beautiful, gorgeous, sunny Jamaica, man. It's a beautiful day and I'm totally enjoying the vibe. Lots of customers already came through this morning. It's so nice when you stand out here. When you come in and there's people standing outside your store waiting to come in because they got your hours clocked to their watch. They're following you. This store opened. That's the, I'm not going to mention it here because it's going to flag my video, but it's the Wacky Tobacco store opened, and they get a lineup in the morning, like a big lineup in the morning for people to pick up their Wacky Tobacco. Anyways, so Jerome Powell, Fed chairman, came out this morning and said, very important, something actually very important came out of that. Basically, the one way to battle inequality is jobs. And that's the deal. We sold our jobs off back in the early 80s up until the mid 90s. We sold most of our industrial away. Then we sold off the rest of our automotive in the mid 2006s and all the way up to about 2015. We basically got rid of that too, right? So we pretty much shipped out all our jobs, and it was really hard, you know, when you got a country that wants to be green and open its borders. It's kind of tough for the locals living in the country to actually find themselves a job. Now here's the deal, and I've spoken to somebody about this. You don't have to believe me. A lot of people are like, "Oh, Mike is just blowing smoke." No, I spoke to someone who was a district manager for one company and was a regional manager for another company, and for like fast food places. And you know what they say? Never hire the locals or the locals. Never hire Caucasian or locals. Never, ever, ever. Just say that they're overqualified if they call back, or just throw away, because they were throwing away tons of resumes of locals that actually want to work those jobs. So that's the scary part. So you have locals that want to work the jobs, but they still paint this narrative that locals don't want these jobs. You know what I'm saying? And now with mass unemployment sweeping across the Commonwealth, Australia is looking at another 1 million job losses, and it's going to be really tough for Australia to get back. New Zealand is one of the very few countries that's kind of somewhat stabilizing. They did lose a lot of jobs. They did shut down a lot. But New Zealand was also the first country to get rid of the sickness, right? That's another thing. So there's a lot of hit and misses going on when it comes to job creation, right? So job creation is the best way to create division in wealth, right? So that's a huge issue, and that's an issue we've been combating, especially when we got rid of a majority of our blue collar jobs, to start bringing in more immigrants or migrants. It doesn't make any sense. And then when the migrant thing failed, they started competing for rich investors from China. In the early 2007, 2008, they just started competing for rich investors. The rich investors started to come along, buying up the properties, low interest rates, and then the rates got lower and lower, so the local people could afford to buy into those markets. What do you think happened? It was a huge fiasco. So I'm surprised that Jerome Powell came forward and actually broadcasted. The key to abolish inequality is to create more jobs. But what happens to those that want a job, but they keep getting told that they're overqualified? That's the scary part. When somebody desperately needs a job to get by and they can't get a job. And like I said, this regional / district manager told me straight up, the problem he had was he couldn't hire the good talent. He wasn't allowed to. From the upper echelons. And that's a problem, guys, because then they're always going to find a way not to hire the locals, because the problem is the locals get together. The people that know the country, that understand the country, start coming together, creating unions, creating organization in the workplace, and they don't want that. They don't want organized workforce. They don't want that, and that's a big, big deal. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Job losses are across the board. We're looking at more unemployment to come. They're saying it's sitting at 11% in Australia and 10% or 12% in America or 15% now. You get numbers from everywhere. And the only way we could get those numbers are from the U numbers or the payroll numbers. So we'll just wait to the end of, we are mid-year, so we're going to get the numbers at the end of this month. We are in June, and man, is it ever gorgeous. Look at that, I got the Corvette. I put the window visor, that metallic-y thing on the window there, so it reflects so the car doesn't heat up inside. And yeah, just chilling out. The Wacky Tobacco Shop is open. It's bringing me new customers here. It's usually out-of-towners. Locals, not too much. It's mainly, my business is driven from the bigger cities around the city. Which is really good because it allows me an affordable rent, hence affordable pricing, hence faster turnover in sales. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I would like to know what you guys think or what you guys feel about what's going on. And do you think maybe that some of the there is good in the powers that be? There always is good in the powers that be. You'll always find, like the people up top, you'll always find someone or something or some that's not super psycho that actually wants to see good for the world. There always is. Are they going to start coming out and start reforming things? Or we're going to go into this whole mandatory chipped and mandatory vaccination? That's the question. Are we going to head towards that? Guys, join me tonight for Trends in the Housing Market, live, 7 p.m. tonight, my time. Check your local times. Go to the channel and set your reminder. First thing, you go to my channel, you see reminders there for the shows. Set your reminders for Trends in the Housing Market. And we need to continuously address this housing affordability issue because it's a major deal. And it's affecting. And if the average wage earner cannot afford to get into a home, you don't have an economy. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below.